It was semi-final Saturday at the Gerry Open, and as the sun finally returned to Halle Westfalen, we were set for some serious tennis-tainment on the Stadion court. Alexander Zverev was just 1 year old when Roger Federer made his debut on the ATP World Tour. So the first semi-final of the day really was a battle between the old master and the young apprentice. But Zverev certainly wasn't overawed by the occasion in only his second ATP 500 semi-final.
Oh, that's a glorious shot from Alexander Zverev.
The opener went to the tie-break, where a friendly net cord helped the youngster move in front.
Alexander Zverev is halfway to something historic for him.
Federer found himself behind and was struggling to deal with the teenager's power, so he decided to mix things up, and it began to produce results. After saving the first break points of the match on his own serve, the number one seed finally found a way past Zverev's booming serve.
Zverev down on the deck.
And all of a sudden, we had a match on our hands.
The eight-time champion has survived a huge scare for now.
But world number 38 Zverev is quickly climbing up the ATP World Tour rankings, and once again demonstrated why. That return winner helped set up a first break of serve of the match for the teenager, and he seemed to be lapping up the atmosphere. And Zverev held his composure for the biggest win of his career.
The king of Halle is out. Roger Federer is beaten by the hugely impressive 19-year-old Alexander Zverev. Federer's first defeat to a teenager in over a decade. And today, the ATP World Tour makes another minor shift from perhaps the best generation to the next generation.
The other semi-final was an Austria-Germany clash, when number 3 seed Dominic Thiem took on the unseeded Florian Mayer. Mayer spent 7 months out of action with a torn abductor tendon, but he seemed to have put those injury woes behind him in the first set. The big German was loving life again on the grass. Thiem seemed a shadow of the man who had recorded his 4th title of the season last week in Stuttgart, as Mayer continued to dominate.
Mayer's enjoying himself out there at the moment.
The 6'3", 32-year-old then powered his way through to take the first set.
Well, have you ever seen Florian Mayer play this well? This crowd certainly haven't.
Staring down a defeat, Thiem mustered some of his best shots of the match.
Oh, Thiem perhaps saving his best till last.
Well, that's a little more like a good anticipation from Dominic Thiem.
However, on his 4th match point, this time on his own serve, Mayer was not to be denied.
Game, set a match, Mayer.
Florian Mayer makes his first final
6-3, 6-4.
in 5 years. Another magical display. Sees him knock out the man who has been on hot form of late. The 3rd seed Dominic Thiem will now finally get what he perhaps needs, a rest.
So it was to be an all-German affair in the 24th Gerry Open final, with 19-year-old Alexander Zverev seeking his first career title. And representing the old guard, the returning Florian Mayer, who's playing in his first final since 2011.